Welcome. I'm Lance Earl. This video is a special introduction to the DallyPost Tactical Shooting Program, especially for gun clubs. In this video, I will discuss several things. I will discuss who and what is the DallyPost Tactical Shooting Program. I will discuss progressive proficiency and let you know a little bit about how that works. I will talk about your concerns as a shooting club, and I'm going to provide you with some solutions. I will talk about our competitive shooting program. I will talk about monetization, how you can use our program to raise money for your club. And finally, we will talk about getting started. So, here we go. Who is DallyPost? What is DallyPost? First of all, we are an advanced firearms training company. We focus on defensive and tactical training for law enforcement, military, and civilian shooters. But we are also very, very affordable. We offer training that, in my opinion, exceeds anything that's available today, but we offer it up in bite-sized chunks so that the shooter can spend just a small amount of money to become trained. And by small amount of money, I'm talking $20, $25 per session is not uncommon at all. Now, we are dedicated to advanced and correct training. There are so many organizations that have started out to be training organizations, and then they let the pressures of gaming take over. We don't do that, and we never will. Finally, we are active politically. We see that the people are under attack and that we are losing freedoms that we have been able to take for granted in years past, and we actively fight against this. Next item, progressive proficiency. Our training program is different than just about anyone else's in that we do not train until we succeed. Rather, we train until we fail. You see, it's important that we train right up to the edge of our abilities so we know where they are. Because when things get Western in the real world, the shooter will not be engaging a static target while he stands still. Instead, things will become very dynamic very rapidly, and he will have to deal with physical, emotional, mental pressures. And so with our progressive proficiency program, we have a series of challenges. At the basic level of our challenges, they are perfect for the first-time shooter. And so it doesn't matter who a person is, there is a challenge that is just right for them. After a shooter masters one challenge, he can move to the next level, and the next level after that. Now, these challenges are coupled with the DallyPost Tactical Target. This target allows us to do things relating to firearms training that were never possible before. This is a target system that can run up to 100 feet back and forth. This is a target system that moves in 9 different speeds. And in most of our challenges, the target is completely random. We never know how long the target will remain still before it moves. We don't know what direction it's going to go, we don't know how far it's going to go, and we don't know at what speed it will move. And so, a shooter starts at a basic level. And when he masters that level, he can move to the next challenge. And with each progressive challenge, 2 things happen. The target becomes more aggressive, and the tactical requirements of the challenge become more demanding. So you face a tougher target with more mental pressure. Now, a minute ago I told you that we train until we fail. That's exactly what we do. You see, our more difficult, tactically demanding challenges have never been mastered. SWAT units, they can't do it. Military, they can't do it. Competitive shooters, they can't do it. I designed and programmed the target, and I can't do it. So my objective here and my point is that true proficiency is never actually achieved. We're just on the path to the next level. And that makes shooting fun because we always face a new challenge that is stretching us. Now, shooting clubs have concerns, and I believe we have some answers. First of all, in many clubs, they suffer from aging membership. Shooting sports, in many cases, seem to be something that is embraced by older people, and it's difficult to get the younger people involved. Well, in our program, where it is demanding, exciting, fun, and always different, the young people are coming on board. So we can help you attract new members. Another problem that shooting clubs face is attrition. Their numbers just seem to fade away. By bringing in new and younger members, we can correct that problem. Now, training for the sake of training isn't always fun, and so we have shooting competitions. And I believe that our shooting competitions are more fun and more challenging than anything that is available out there today. For example, once a shooter gets past the basic levels, which I mentioned are appropriate for any shooter, they move into our defensive challenges. Now, our defensive challenges require the shooter to use either a pistol or a carbine, and they will engage this target while it's moving back and forth some 100 feet. The moves are random. The target will be ducking in and out of cover. The shooter will be required to correctly use cover, complete tactical reloads, speed reloads, and more. As the shooter progresses, we'll introduce search and assess, clearing rooms, close combat shooting, and more. And then after the defensive challenges, we move to the tactical challenges. The tactical challenges require the shooter to run both guns at the same time, the carbine and the pistol. So there will be transitions from one gun to another. And as they move up through the tactical challenges, we introduce double operator work. You and another teammate will be engaging the target together. You will be using tactical communications to engage the target as a highly effective team. So each shooter has to engage the target based on the target's terms and deal with what the target does. Now that's real training. Now this brings up a concern. If our training is truly advanced, is it something that will scare away people that don't feel like they can do this? Well, the answer to that is yes, and at the same time, a resounding no. Because we have a program that's based on progressive proficiency, we encourage shooters to train to the point where they want to be. Now, because we have many challenges that offer different levels of difficulty, for those shooters who are not motivated to become extremely tactically efficient, they can just train to a point where they want to be and shoot at that level to maintain their proficiency. But at the same time, what about the shooters that want to advance? We don't want them to get bored, and they never will, because there will always be a challenge that they're struggling to get past. So everybody is interested. We offer two types of competition. Every shooter will be part of a shooting team, and they will also compete as an individual. Let's talk about the shooting teams first. Actually, we create leagues. Each league is made up of some 10 or so teams, and each of those teams is made up of some 10 or so shooters. And these teams can include shooters with all different levels of experience and ability because we have a handicap system. And so you can have a shooter that is shooting the most basic of challenges and not doing a very good job, but if that shooter can manage to improve just a little bit, he or she will get a very good score. And at the same time, we have advanced shooters, and they're attacking advanced challenges, and the same thing applies to them. So every shooter, regardless of who they are, has the same ability to mark very high scores for their team. Now, at the end of every year, we give away first, second, and third place prizes to the teams in each league. Now, we also have individual competitions. And this is specifically for those people that are really serious about mastering these more advanced challenges. Handicap adjusted scores do not apply here. We have first, second, and third place for defensive pistol, We have first, second, and third place for defensive carbine. And we give away awards, first, second, and third place for tactical challenges. I hope you're starting to get the picture that our shooting program is for everyone. Regardless of who they are, they can come and be an important part and an asset to a team, and they can compete individually. Now, we have 3 different ways that you can put a DallyPost tactical target on your range. In order to allow you to evaluate the targeting system, we have rental units, which we will ship to you. The cost is low. You can have your events, do your training, and ship the target back when you're done. Or we have lease to own. This allows a club to get into a target at a very low rate and use it for a full year. Then at the end of that year, they can decide whether to go ahead and purchase the target or send it back. And finally, you can purchase the target outright. Now, the target has some very exciting features. First of all, it has a 13-digit access code. That will protect your target because no one can steal it, because no one can start it without that access code. But there's another twist. Each target has 100,000 additional 13-digit access codes. These additional access codes will run the machine for a specific number of challenges, and then they will no longer work to turn on the machine. So now you can sell these access codes to firearms trainers, law enforcement agencies, military units, police academy, whatever. And your target literally becomes a vending machine generating ongoing cash. Getting started. If you live within driving distance of southeastern Idaho, it will be my pleasure to bring a target to your location and hold events for you as often as you like. If you are not local to southeastern Idaho, it'll be my pleasure to get a target to you so that you can test drive it for a few days. And at some point, if you decide that the DallyPost program is good for your club, then you can get a target of your own, hold your own events, and keep all of the proceeds. I look forward to visiting with you soon. If you would like more information, you can find that at www.dallypost.com. Again, that is www.dallypost.com. That's DALLYPOST.com. I hope to see you soon.